How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video, another rant. Now, today's topic is something that I've been meaning to talk about for quite a while. Now, I put out a tweet last night mentioning this, and man, oh man, did I piss off a lot of people. So I put out this tweet talking about how you should steer clear of products like the MiSTer. It's not worth your money. And obviously, you know, somebody got a hold of this tweet because a whole slew of fanboys rushed in to profess their love for this peripheral. Now, the thing is a lot of you watching this might not know what I'm referring to. There's a lot of products out there that have been released over the last couple of years that are catered to what I like to call the elitists of the gaming community. Yes, we've got FPGA elitists. A lot of fanboyism going on here. And what are we talking about? We're talking about products that in some cases cost $150, $200, $350, $400, $500, in some cases $600 for a peripheral that's about the size of a retro Pi that you can connect an old retro console to and upscale on a modern TV to have those pixel perfect graphics, right? This is life-changing stuff, folks. So let's just get this out of the way right here. Okay? The retro gamers out there, okay? The little boy living in mommy's basement that pays $350 for a MiSTer, or $500 for a MiSTer, or $500 for a Super NT. Okay, these are the same people that are always upgrading their iPhone, okay? You know the type. You know, you've got an iPhone that's, maybe a year and a half old. You know, you're still on a payment plan that's being siphoned on your bill every month, and you never paid full price for it. And a new iPhone comes out, so you just have to go out and get it and renew your cell phone contract and have a $1,000 iPhone dispersed over 64 months on your cell phone bill just so that you can keep up with the Joneses. You're the first in line to purchase a Tesla. You're the first in line to go out and buy an 8K TV because you think it will enhance your favorite movie that came out in the 60s. You're the same person that buys modern vinyl, which a lot of times has audio that's been pressed onto the vinyl that was from MP3 or digitalized format, and you think it's better than original vinyl that came out way back in the day. And you're the same type of consumer that always has to trade your vehicle in and get a new vehicle when you haven't even paid your vehicle off yet. Okay? You guys are fucking idiots. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you take offense to this video. We've got a serious case of FOMO here, fear of missing out, okay? These old consoles, okay? Yes, the NES, the Atari 2600, the Super NES, the Sega Genesis, the N64, the Saturn, the original Xbox. These games were never meant to be upscaled for the most part. You could maybe make an exception for the original Xbox. But especially when you're talking about like the PlayStation 2, that's a console that has never looked good being upscaled, okay? It hasn't. And more to the point, these consoles look best running on a CRT on original hardware, not emulation, with the original component cables, okay? If you think paying $350 for a MiSTer just to be able to upscale your Super Nintendo, right? Just so that Mario looks pixel perfect, because this is life-changing for you, right? No. This isn't life-changing. This is you pumping your chest, right? Bragging rights. You want to be able to brag that you've got the sharpest looking image quality out of a retro console. What are you fucking talking about? You can buy it as an example. Again, folks, as an example, you can go out and buy a Sega Genesis for like $25. Okay, they're not expensive. So let's say you go out and buy a Sega Genesis for $25, right? And then you're going to go out and buy one of these peripherals that cost 20 times as much as a Sega Genesis just to be able to upscale it and get the best picture quality and the pixels out of it. Are you fucking insane? Are you insane? Oh my God. Look, do yourself a favor. Go hook up a PlayStation 2 to a TV and see if it looks bad. Okay? Does it look amazing? Maybe not. Is it unplayable? No, it's serviceable. Okay? You guys are fucking elitists. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. You guys bragging because you hooked up an N64 up to one of these peripherals and now there's no more jaggies, no more jagged lines on the game, and it's now running in 1080p or 4K or whatever the case may be. And then you got these idiots out there that are, again, referring to these products that I'm talking about, the FrameMeister, the MiSTer. They're all a little bit different. They're all a little bit same. We can lump them all together, right? I got one person saying to me, I think it was the Rexer show, and he was like, well, this is really good for emulation. Fuck emulation, seriously. Anybody can download a catalog of games for one of these old consoles. Give me a fucking break. Okay? That's just a whole nother story we can talk about, but you guys and your fucking emulation, good God. Good God. If you really want to have the true experience, an authentic experience, you're not going to buy a FrameMeister or a MiSTer or an M cable, okay? Or a splitter, or a $15 HDMI splitter, okay? You're going to buy a CRT, and you're going to hook the goddamn console up to it the way it was supposed to be played, and that's how you're going to get pixel perfection, okay? You guys are crazy spending hundreds of dollars, right? To be able to say, look at my image quality. Oh my fucking God. You're like that old man that buys a Corvette and all he does is pull it out of his garage on Sundays to go and get groceries and come home. Look at my Corvette. Look how fast it can go. Oh my God. Look at my Corvette. Look at my Ferrari. Folks, the FrameMeister, the MiSTer, even the analog consoles, and this is coming from somebody who pre-ordered the Analog Pocket and hasn't received it yet, are an absolute fucking waste of money. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Analog Pocket, I picked it up more so for the channel. I want to be able to give an honest review of someone who purchased it firsthand, but I don't think I'll be using it that much. Let's be honest here, right? Right? I think the M cable and the pound cables, for what they are and for what they do, they're relatively inexpensive. I don't see necessarily an issue with that. And like I was explaining to MS Marceau, for like $15 on Amazon, you can get an HDMI converter, so you can plug in a PlayStation 2 as an example. It'll feed the signal into HDMI and you can plug it into a modern TV. I told him about that, and then he responds with a emoji that's like a green face, the puke emoji, like, ugh. Because you're such an elitist. You're too good for that, right? You're too good for that. I guarantee you, if you hooked up a PlayStation 2 with one of those HDMI converters. Sure, it's not going to look fucking amazing, but it's going to be serviceable, right? It's going to be serviceable to 99.9999999% of the consumers out there. There's just that little sliver of a percent that has to be an absolute elitist. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And like I've said before on this channel, you could buy a retro console like a Sega Genesis, right? For next to nothing. And then for like $300, you could go out and buy a stack of games, right? Or you could go out and spend $350 on a MiSTer just to be able to brag that you've got pixel perfect clarity on your TV. Oh my fucking God. Talk about fanboyism and elitism. It's unfucking believable, you guys. You guys need to get your fucking head examined, seriously. Paying $400, $500 to be able to improve the quality of your image off of a retro console. You guys are fucked. Good fucking Lord. Never enough. Never good enough. Always needing to have the best. Always trying to keep up with the Joneses. It's never fucking enough. Eventually something else will come out that's even better than the MiSTer or the MiSTer, and you guys will be all hot and horny again, your dick right up in the air, ready to splurge $600 on a fucking whatever it is, right? An 8K TV. Give me a fucking break. Good Lord. Good fucking Lord. For the cost of one of those MiSTers, okay, or MiSTer, you could buy yourself an Xbox Series S or a Series X, for fuck's sakes. Use your fucking head, guys. Use your head. Stop wasting your money, says the guy that just bought a Series X. Yeah, anyways, we're going to end the video here. We're going to look at some of the responses to my tweets. So let's head on over to the command center and wrap this video up. All right, so let's get into some of these tweets. And it's funny, the first tweet I have here is from Genovi. Now, this was actually sent to me. And Genovi says, blocked by this person, so I can't see the tweet. Yeah, that's because I blocked you because you were creeping my tweets and you were running over other people and reporting on them, okay? So he says, however, CG is 100% a moron, troll. Yeah, it's funny you say that. You were perfectly cordial with me until I called you out for your bullshit, eh? Isn't that right? And believes that they are the smartest person in the room. Ever watch The Office? He is Andy Bernard. Oh, yeah, okay. If I'm Andy Bernard, then you're Charles Manson, okay? Go fuck yourself. You're the biggest shit disturber in the community, okay? You like to cause shit, okay? You like to set buildings on fire, and then you run down the street 20 blocks, and then you turn around and you stand there with your arms crossed, watching the world burn, watching the buildings crumble, watching the mess that you've created. Okay, you're the biggest fucking shit disturber in the community. Okay? You are a gaming historian wannabe. Nobody watches your channel. Nobody likes you. Okay? All you do is troll and cause shit and hang around with the geek getaway cult, okay? So you wonder why you're blocked, okay? If I saw you in person, I would have no problems telling you to your face that you're a snake in the grass. So let's just get that out of the way. And let's look at the rest of the responses here. So we've got Carl Lurman. Now, again, we've got a MiSTer cult that became aware of my tweet, and they all came over to respond. So we've got Carl Lurman. Says, do you even own a MiSTer? If not, how can you judge if it's worthwhile investment? It's not expensive compared to owning real hardware. It's obviously more expensive than a free emulator. Are you saying people should just emulate and save money? That's not even smart. I didn't say that at all. We've got Dan Tutif. The project is very cool, but the hardware is expensive for casual users. Yeah, I don't think casual users would be interested in this product, let's be honest. Definitely steer clear of the fanboyism around it, though. Exactly. FPGA, when compared to software emulation, can reduce latencies, which can provide greater accuracy. Some take this to mean FPGA equals 100% accuracy. Okay, and then we've got here a tweet from Pixel Cherry Ninja. Again, somebody I've never even heard of before. There are those who don't feel latency and cannot tell the difference between emulation and OG hardware. For those people, this thing is not worth the money. There are those of us who can feel and see inaccuracies. The MiSTer FPGA solves the problem. For us, it's worth the price. And then we've got this guy here, Chad Nugget, obviously a little boy that lives in his mom's basement. Bought a fully loaded MiSTer FPGA setup and sold my collection. Best thing I ever did. Then we got Barry Mitchell here. It was a very reasonable project to buy until about a year or so ago. The project has no control over the DE10 Nano dev board it uses and was chosen at the time because it was cheap and plentiful. It's still one of the best retro gaming projects around. So he's alluding to, I guess, chip shortages, the pieces to build one of these things. Because don't forget, it's very similar to a Retro Pi. It's gone up in price. And we got TV games. I see prices went up, but it's still $425 for full assembly. Good fucking Lord. Skip the aluminum case. Aluminum case. Get a simple 3D printer plastic. Oh, that sounds real good. Nothing but quality. I think it's still one of the catch-all emulation devices I've ever owned, especially with great PlayStation emulation and several 8-bit computers. Yeah, just bring your girlfriend over to your apartment, eh? Oh, I want you to check out this this MiSTer I have in this plastic case. Isn't it cool? Diamenti Loco says somebody is butthurt they didn't get it when it was around $300 to $350 for a complete package. Yeah, I'm really butthurt. Well worth the money considering how many systems it effectively replaces even at $600 and $700. Oh, okay. So your MiSTer replaces your Xbox Series X. I see what you're saying. And Super Game Bro says, modding all of my consoles was much more expensive. Again, who the fuck mods their consoles? Seriously? Who the fuck who cuts a hole in their Super Nintendo to fit in an HDMI conversion? Who does shit like that? So pick your poison. I've had a MiSTer multi-system FPGA, who he tags in the tweet, for about 2 months, and I love it. I barely use my NES, SNES, Genesis, and PS1 now. Plus, I can load up any arcade game imaginable and even play Oregon Trail on a Mac Plus Core. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Boris Matson says it's expensive now due to a grand logistical failure in most companies' supply chains. Oh God, chip shortages in the past 3 years due to the just-in-time O-stock MO. I really hope you're taking that as a factor before the rant, because that's passing the buck onto the lowest rung. Not a good look. So, yeah, there's plenty of other responses. I'm not going to cover them all here. But clearly, you know, it's like beating somebody's head against a brick wall, or somebody beating their own head against a brick wall, excuse me. You're not going to get through to these cult members, okay? They're all about the MiSTer, and that's just it. There's no reasoning with these guys and gals, okay? It's like a T1000. There's no reasoning with it, okay? It's here to kill you. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this rant. Leave in your comments below your opinions regarding the MiSTer, the FrameMeister, the M cable, the pound cable. What are your thoughts? Let's be civil about it in the comments below. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.